What the literal?
Who's that?
Who is this?
What the?
What's happening?
Someone captured a giant creature in a cave and no one knows what it is. Watch this. I've never seen a creature that looks like that. That thing is huge. So at first glance, it kind of looks like a centaur. Half man, half horse, but the top half kind of looks like a horse. Whatever this thing is, it's massive. Let me know what you think it is. As always, stay weird.
To me, it looks like a big turtle. I see a shell, but that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments.
People are wondering what's happened to the food, why it's so expensive. Here it is on the side of the road. Free oranges.
Walmart said ain't no more rollbacks, it's roll-ups. Like, how you go from $238 to $298 and you're advertising it?
Man, them razor blades as a kid.
Here is another example of that lightning bolt trend.
And how long do you do it?
What's that? You can do it for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. You know? Yeah. What's that? I'll say you can't film it though.
Oh, is that the secret room?
Oh, yeah, turn it off.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave it behind.
Oh, that secret?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Oh, right. God, I see why. Hold on.
So, all right.
No,
I guess.
Leave it behind.
Well, he can share this part, right?
Yeah, but that's it.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
No.
We'll be back.
No.
You can't see this part.
No. Come in.
Oh my God, it's mental.
Come in.
Right.
I actually saw that video on YouTube years ago, and I was just baffled that they even had that part in the video, considering the stigma that goes with red worms and the dark web and all that. From my understanding, the dark web, you can't really stream on it, but that was like 10 years ago. I'm sure by now they probably have the technology and infrastructure to be able to stream on it. But regardless, the way he said it like that was just so weird.
Kanye West has said a lot of crazy things. I think we can all agree on that. But one of the things he said that may have been right is the situation with his children. Now, this picture is going viral of Northwest, his daughter, and Northwest's mother, Kim Kardashian. But this picture is going viral. Why? Because Northwest is 12 years old. And yes, I had to double check the age too. It is 12 years old, and you can only imagine the type of backlash and controversy happened all over the internet after that picture was uploaded. Now, this is what Kanye said. I don't want to just see my kids. I want to raise them. I need to have a say of where they go to school, who their friends are, and who houses they sleep in. My daughters wear lipstick and perfume. All of these rights have been taken from me by the Kardashian mob, Hulu, and Disney, and the bigger agenda to use the selectivity bred black children to be platformed to influence other black people. Of course, he went on a rant, but he's basically saying his child was taken from him by the Kardashians, Hulu, and Disney, and it's all for a bigger agenda.
Can't believe she is 12 wearing looking like that. My question to you, would you allow your child, your daughter, to go out looking like that? I have a 1-year-old. No way you would ever dress like that. Period. You better be 18 or older dressing like that. Even then, I still won't approve. But that is crazy. But what do you expect from that family? I mean, how you think they got famous? They already had money because of their father. But their own mom recorded adult activities to get them more famous. So I guess I'm not surprised Kim is kind of exploiting her daughter a little bit too. That is disgusting. That's a disgusting family though. I'm I'm gonna stop right there because I will just keep talking.
Your TV is watching you, and I'm not being paranoid. Right now, your smart TV is taking screenshots of everything you watch multiple times per minute. It's called automatic content recognition, and you probably agreed to it without even knowing. It sends that data to your TV manufacturer and data brokers. They know everything you watch, and they're selling it hundreds of times per day. But it gets worse. ACR doesn't just capture TV shows, it screenshots whatever's on your screen. So your home security camera feeds, your video calls, your personal photos, even content from devices connected by HDMI or AirPlay. The creepiest part is even if you disconnect your TV from the internet, it can still save the data. The second you reconnect for an update, it uploads everything, and that data can be linked to your IP address, email, or even your physical address. And it makes you wonder, how much is your privacy really worth?
Bro, there's so much unexplainable stuff out there. Have you heard about evil cities?
What do you mean?
There's this phenomenon that millions of people all over the world have reported. They get this overwhelming feeling of evil and dread whenever they're in certain American cities, right?
What?
Some of these cities are like Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Phoenix is one of them. They just report this overwhelming feeling of dread. And the way that they describe it, and it gives me chills talking about it, they describe it as the absolute absence of God.
What?
They say, imagine what the world would feel like if God just completely left. That's the feeling that they get when they're in these cities.
Will Smith used AI to make it look like cancer survivors and huge crowds came to his shows. Will Smith recently released a hype video about how much he loves seeing his fans on tour. But funny enough, a majority of said fans in that video can never be seen by anyone on tour because they're AI. And now we get to the fake cancer survivors clip from the beginning. I actually couldn't find too many issues with these presumably fake cancer survivors. But then I saw this woman right here. Now either she had just swallowed a fat frog, or she has Lucas's disease, a rare disorder where your body gives you George Lucas-like jowls within a fraction of a second. This is the most upsetting part of all this to me. Exploiting people's emotions by pretending these AI cancer survivors showed up to your show is absolutely disgusting and incredibly disheartening. Makes you feel kind of gross, huh? How do you feel about all this? Let me know in the comments.
I'm not surprised considering who it is. His ego is huge. I never understood how he even got popular when it came to music. Even his music back then I thought was absolute trash. Like the only thing in my opinion he ever was good at was, and even then I don't even think he's that good of an actor. Yes, I said that. That's like a hot take for me. I don't like Will Smith. I've never been a fan of any of his movies like that. The only thing I kind of enjoyed was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it wasn't because of him. It was because of the supporting actors. I always knew it was something weird about him. Like he wasn't a good person even from the beginning when I was younger and when I used to watch him on these movies and stuff. So when I found out who he got married to, and I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people try to put blame on his wife, Jada. And I'm not saying she's a good person, by the way. She's a bad person too. What I'm saying is, did you know, and a lot of people don't know this, after Will left his first wife, he said that he would never get a divorce up again. So he pretty much forced Jada to marry him by pretty much getting Jada's mother to agree to it. And that day when Jada was walking down the aisle to get married, she was crying and he was smiling. No normal person does that. That's some egomaniac stuff. But the fact that he's trying to play with people's emotions about cancer stuff is just unforgivable in my opinion.
I got something to show you guys. You're gonna say it's fake, this, that, and the other thing, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Let me pull these out first. So I have the Shazam video that they say never existed. Which is Mandela effect number 1. Well, let me get this to focus. I don't know why it's not focusing, but it's Shazam. I have the Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain Bears. It's the actual book. And then I also have an original pair of Fruit of the Loom. Hold on. Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia. You can see the cornucopia on there. They say it never existed. But that's it for you guys. It's going back in my save. I'm hanging on to it for good. So, there you go.
I'm sorry, but I don't really believe this video. I won't believe the Shazam thing until I see somebody take it out of VHS cover, because it's easy to make that. It's easy to put a sticker on it and put it in a VHS player and play it. And don't just show me no 5-minute clips of the skit that Sinbad was and when he was being a genie. No, show me the whole movie with him in it. I have yet to find it anywhere that is not added or anything. I'm not saying Mandela effect isn't real, but I always thought that part was a little weird because I'm pretty sure it was Shaq.
To a major recall of several soaps and skincare products, it's because of concerns of bacteria contamination that could lead to life-threatening illnesses. Dermarite, which creates products for healthcare facilities, is voluntarily recalling 4 items, including over-the-counter skin cleansers and an anti-itch lotion. The company says if you are healthy, the products may cause localized infections, but if you are immunocompromised, they could lead to, quote, serious and life-threatening infections. Dermarite says it has not received any reports of adverse reactions.
Great shows of all time. Inside Job, I was so sad when they canceled after the first season. The first season did really well too, but for some reason, I think we know why they canceled it with stuff like this, and it had some crazy stuff in it.
This is everything that's on a major recall right now, but I'm gonna put it in 60 seconds. People are finding living worms inside their Reese cups that they bought at Walmart. These are not officially on a recall yet, but I wouldn't doubt if they would be. So if you are gonna buy Reese's anytime soon, make sure you check them because we don't know where they're distributed from, but we do know they're at Walmart. 70 million of these rolling candies are recalled for a very serious reason. This is the blue raspberry flavor. It's what they look like. They're sold all over the place. Every single flavor is recalled, not just the blue ones. Millions of products from the Family Dollar were just recalled yesterday morning. This one's really crazy because it's almost every single over-the-counter medicine and medical device. There are so many items on this recall list that if you have anything medical related from the Family Dollar, it's most likely recalled. A bunch of ice machines on Amazon are also recalled. They look like this. There's a black lid and a blue lid. They make the Sonic ice, like the little nuggets. More than 6,000 air fryers were just recalled, so if you know anybody that uses them, I do these daily news recaps every single day so you can get the news without having to watch it. So make sure you hit the plus on the side of your screen and come back to me tomorrow. This is everything that happened on the news today, but it's going to be simplified in 60 seconds. Israel and Palestine are literally at a...
Bro, this student's life was almost ruined simply because he brought an umbrella to college. You see, over the weekend, panic broke out at the University of South Carolina after an active shooter alert was sent out telling everyone to evacuate, barricade, and defend themselves. Turns out, though, there was never a real shooter. It was just 2 prank calls. But in all of the chaos and people freaking out, multiple people took a video of this guy who was just minding his own business, walking along with an umbrella, and people thought that what he was holding was a gun, and that he was the shooter that they were being alerted about. To make matters worse, they posted this on social media and it went viral to the point where it was even reshared by Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who described his appearance to her 500,000 followers. Now, these images were never confirmed or shared by officials, yet for a few hours, this poor brother became a school shooter online. I mean, can you just imagine if someone decided to take matters into their own hands after seeing this? That will become the deadliest umbrella in history. Honestly, bro deserves an official apology.
You definitely do. That is a messed up situation to be in with people thinking that you're the bad person. And the real bad person in the situation is the people who did the prank. How messed up you have to be to think it's funny to make a prank about something like that? Like, what is wrong with some of these people?
Obama, at this point, it's clear that you don't care and you just want everyone to see who you truly are. So just recently, Barack Obama would go on a Zoom call where he would show his support to a group of State House Democrats who fled from Texas to Illinois. In the midst of him showing his support to these people, you can see a stone-like object in the background with some very weird symbols on it, specifically meaning boy lover. Y'all must remember that these people follow the laws of karmic retribution, meaning they have to show us what they're doing or they're going to face bad karma for it. And let's not forget back in 2020 when Obama would go on an interview with Kamala Harris and they would only speak in code. And when you really understand what these code words actually mean, it's truly sickening. I can't believe this man hasn't been incarcerated yet. I'm gonna pin the code words down below so y'all can make out what he's saying, and y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comments.
Critical if we are to lead effectively.
Right.
So tell me about Joe and your relationship with Joe, and what do I need to know? Like, what's the thing about the ice cream? He loves ice cream. Tell me about that.
Well, listen, ice cream is big. pasta with red sauce. He can go deep on that. He really does like those aviator glasses.
I think it's extremely weird that they was talking like that. It do seem like it was in code. And didn't the FBI officially say that those words mean those things? Let me know in the comments below. Regardless, a lot of people think that he was like a super great president. A lot of people that are, my complexion or darker. I don't really agree. I don't think we had a good president in a long time. I think either side don't care about the working people. So unless you like a multi-billionaire and up, they don't really seem to care about you whatsoever. They say they do, but when they get in office, they do the complete opposite.
Not even going to be able to afford to quit our jobs. They're going to trap you.
You may have to pay your job if you want to quit. Stories like this Texas nurse who tried to switch to a better job ended up getting a debt collector at her door demanding money for training that she received on site, or this story of a cargo pilot facing a $20,000 lawsuit over job training expenses are super common now. These are all examples of training repayment agreement provisions, or traps, a new way that your boss is keeping you at your job and also keeping wages across the board lower. An executive director of the Student Borrower Protection Center said that this is a new form of student debt, but it's coming from employers and your workplace. And although a 2014 study found that just 4% of workers were in one of these traps, the data suggests that 10% of people are now in them. That's an estimated 17 million workers. Companies say that they have to charge this because they're having to invest more in their workers because these are higher skilled jobs. But the reality suggests that by blocking them from seeking jobs elsewhere, they're able to drive down wages, limit bargaining power, and lock workers into unsafe working conditions. We're basically creating a new form of indentured servitude.
I don't think that person is telling the whole story. I've been in situations like that before. And even me doing stuff for software engineering, a lot of these jobs will pay you to train you. And then you have to stay at that job an X amount of time. And if you don't, then you got to pay them back. You sign a contract saying that. That's been going on for a while. They're literally invested into you, giving you education. And think about it for a second. If you got a job, they trained you in, say, software engineering, which would be very rare, but let's say that happened. You work there for 3 years and then you can leave. Yeah, they're not going to pay you that much at first because that's how it is when it comes to them investing in you and stuff. But after that, you're going to make so much more money than you would ever make if you'd have got the job beforehand. So I don't think the person is telling the whole story. Maybe that changed. I could be wrong. If I am, please let me know in the comments. But that seemed like somebody trying to push an agenda, but that's just my opinion.
Holy shit, that thing is bad. So the parasite featured in this movie is a totally real thing, and it does exactly what it does in this movie, just not to humans.
But are you making this up? This looks photoshopped.
No, it's real. Last year, they found a 2.5-foot one trying to burrow its way into a submarine.
2012's The Bay is one of the legendary hidden gems of found footage.
I'm amputating feet, I'm amputating legs, I'm amputating arms. You want me to get up and leave the hospital?
We're aware of that, doctor, and we are sorry.
And for those of you that don't know what I mean when I say found footage, it is a subgenre of horror. It's simply a term to describe a film that is shot from a first-person point of view.
What do I need to do, doctor? What do I need to do?
At this point, it is too late, doctor, and I strongly suggest that you leave the hospital immediately.
And it's a prime example of how sometimes all you need to write a great horror story is to just take something from nature and just ask the question, what if this infected humans?
Did you just hear that? Look at this. Look at this. Look.
Because that woman has produced some horrifying stuff, like the anglerfish.
The female anglerfish comes in many shapes, colors, and shades of ugly. It's like a rainbow of ugly.
I still don't understand why mass production of nuclear weapons wasn't restarted by every single world government after the discovery of that abomination. Because we should be stockpiling as many atomics as possible in case those things ever try to get off the planet.
Looks like they're dead bodies up there. It's only a rat. Happy series. dead people. How can people be dead? Just collapse.
There's only a handful of movies that match the quality of the Bay inside of the found footage genre, and it's not even a debated topic. It is unanimous amongst the people like myself who adore these movies. And this is one that I will recommend forever. So, if you would like to watch it for yourself, once again, it is called The Bay. It was made in 2012, and it is currently streaming over on Tubi for free. So I will see you guys later.
I'm just going to say this. We need to be checking the hard drives of some of these female teachers' computers at school, okay? Because what do you mean you're wearing a bodycon dress to teach 16 and 17-year-olds? Younger than that even. 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-olds. A club dress. A short, fitted bodycon dress, leaving almost nothing to the imagination. That's what you're wearing to work? That's what you're wearing to teach 14, 15, 16. The only reason why you want to be attractive in that sense to a 14, 15, 16, or 17-year-old girl or boy is because you are attracted to 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-old girls and boys. You can't tell me any different. It's inappropriate. We're talking about dress code for the kids. Where the hell's the dress code for the teachers? I cannot imagine walking into my high school math class and my teacher wearing a bodycon dress and heels. Like, what the actual
Please let me know. I'm assuming there's some type of something that's tight on the female's body. I have seen the growing number of trend female curvy women going to work in high schools and middle schools and like taking selfies and taking pictures and everything. I think that's really weird. And, you know, just something about me when I was younger, when I was a teenager and I used to do martial arts and I was in really good shape, I had older women try to touch on me and everything. I thought it was weird back then. I still think it's weird now. Like, yeah, I feel like in school, kids have a dress code as well as the teachers.
What? To put it simply, yes, it's very possible that you spotted somebody inside of this storm drain. This is a super viral TikTok video that I got tagged in, showing this person walking up to a storm drain, for some reason recording it, and then off to the corner for about one frame, we can see what looks to be a girl with long black hair just staring at the camera. Now, I have no idea if the original video actually shows somebody in there or if this was just set up for the views, but there are actually people that do live inside of storm drains and potentially sewers. These are usually referred to as mole people. You might be wondering why somebody would choose to live inside of these storm drains, and for the most part, these people don't actually choose. Usually, it's homeless individuals that are trying to get out of the elements, and this seems like a logical place to go for them. Don't get me wrong though, I'm sure some people do choose, and in Las Vegas, for example, there's roughly 1,500 people living in about 600 miles worth of this pipe. So who knows, you might have actually just discovered somebody living inside of this system below your feet, and you wouldn't have known about it unless you recorded this.
The shit I'm about to tell you right now, they're gonna try and downplay. They're trying to make it seem like it's not that serious, but it is. So there's reports that there was the first ever human case of a flesh-eating screwworm. So a person came from Guatemala to the United States and is in Maryland right now and is infested with screwworm. Mind you, this screwworm infestation can be fatal. That means he can lose his life if it's not treated the right way. But if these parasites come in contact with you, it'll be a big problem. But I bet you that they won't tell you that in 2024, February, Costa Rica declared state of emergency for those same screwworm flies. And these same screwworm parasites love mammal flesh. So how you contract parasites is a screwworm fly. You heard what I just said? A fly. Lands on an open wound. And after they land on an open wound, they leave those eggs that they always lay. And within 24 hours, those screwworm eggs, yeah, they gonna feast on your flesh. So once again, like I said, they gonna tell you that this is not serious. This is serious because you don't know where it's coming from or where it came from. I'm out.
Well, we do know where it came from. It literally just said where it came from. It won't become a problem until there's more and more cases of it. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. It's still a problem because who wants to go out like that or even be in any type of pain dealing with something like that, going to the hospital because of something like that could have been prevented.
Who the heck is this and what has she done to Serena Williams? I'm totally confused right now. Are they rebranding her Is she like aging out of tennis and they're like rebranding her somehow? Very, very awkward situation. Do none of you remember? This is what Serena Williams used to look like. And now, who the heck are you, lady, and what have you done to Serena Williams? Cause this,
Change happens every day. It's going to happen to all of us one day, so you just have to like embrace it. Transitions are going to come, whether we want them to or not. They just do.
Right now, it's almost like celebrities are giving the illusion that they're aging backwards, because how do you go from this to this? They're giving the illusion that this is the natural aging process, when in the real world, I've never seen anybody age like this. And like I've said in my previous videos, Betty White always looked like Betty White. What is going on? Are they all using the same plastic surgeons? Are they all using the same stylists? And how do they keep changing so dramatically? She doesn't even look like the same person here. You're really gonna tell me that these are the same people? I probably stared at this picture for 10 minutes. Like, you never see stuff like this in the real world, only in Hollywood. I don't think people really realize how much these celebrities are changing, or are we the only ones that can see it? Going from this to this is so bizarre.
Add to that, I would say invest in like some companies that are going to be really big. Definitely.
Right.
See the hot rise, and then I see some dark pieces down there. I decide to pour it out on my plate here, and this is what I find. Those are not burnt pieces. Those are absolutely turds. Look at this. Perfect. Oh my god. Isn't it great? Chris! I know, it's my dream. I have goosebumps everywhere. This is out.
Sticking needles in bananas with their blood in it, bro. Don't this look like a red spot? Or am I tripping? I know I ain't tripping.
Whole Foods, $1 oysters on Friday. This is why it's $1. It's the parasite crab. Oh, there's another one in there. What's?
No way. Oh my god, I'm never buying fritura again, bro.
You guys!
Yo, zoom into that shit. Bro, the chimney truck está lavando la carne with the pump.
Oh,
Nah, I give up, man.
Excuse me, I think I'm going to eat a bowl of ice from distilled water for the rest of the week.
You've said that the devil runs Hollywood.
I did say that.
Yes. You still believe it?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Didn't we just have Christmas?
Yes.
What were the films that premiered for Christmas? Name the titles you can think of now.
Let me see. There was Carry On.
Right.
Which had a Christmas backdrop to it.
Right.
But I can't really think of any actual Christmas films.
Nicole Kidman's film came out.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah. With Baby Girl, I think it's called.
Okay, yeah, I
Not
missed
a
that
Christmas
one.
movie.
No.
It's not a Christmas movie.
No, you're not really seeing Christmas movies right
You're
now.
not really seeing... And then
There's no
Nostradamus,
Grinch,
what is that?
there's no,
Nostradamus, whatever.
yeah.
I can't even say it, it's so evil. How do you say that? Is that the vampire movie?
Yeah.
Which, if you look at the marketing for the new Christmas vampire movie, Vlad, see where I'm going with this, guys? See the new
movie,
Christmas vampire movie? If you look at the advertising for that, it doesn't say devil. It doesn't say, this. It never says, it says, darkness. And, the principalities of darkness. And, so to answer your question, if you really want to open this can of spiritual worms, Vlad.
Let's open it.
The rating system in Hollywood is what it is. So you have G, PG, PG-13, NC-17, rated R, all of that, right?
Yeah.
Which one of all those ratings, Vlad, is the most profitable?
G.
G, correct.
Yeah.
What percentage of G films are made every year?
30%.
Something like that.
Yep.
I ask you, Vlad, who runs Hollywood? Why would the highest profitable rating be only 30%? What are they making in that other 70%?
Well, but you can't just make kids movies and that's it.
I agree.
Right? If you're a major studio, you can't just have 90% of your films be G-rated films.
Right.
You know, and what was it? Is it MGM? It's art for art's sake. I think there's a certain level of creativity that the film companies want to do.
Right.
You know, Harvey Weinstein, I thought, was really good at that when he looked at films like The Help and so forth. I don't think he looked at that film as, oh, this is going to be the biggest blockbuster. I'm sure he didn't think it was going to be bigger than Lord of the Rings, but it was a very creative film.
Right.
And it did well, and it won Oscars and so forth.
Right.
So I think that's why they don't just do 80, 90% G-rated films, even though they make a lot of money. That's what I think.
I disagree completely.
Okay.
I disagree completely.
And why is that?
Well, just because if you're any one of these fat cats running stuff, it's all about the money. But like Amazon just bought MGM, bro. Like that.
The whole back catalog.
Like that.
Yeah.
Bezos just went, buy it. I don't care what it costs. I want it. And now, just like Whole Foods, he's going to switch the legendary MGM to Amazon. And then he's going to plug that in to Whole Foods.
Right.
And then he's...
To be fair, Jeff Bezos is not part of Amazon anymore.
Bro,
he has retired.
My point is...
But, you know, his fingerprints are all over it.
Right.
I get it.
But my point is, it's about the money. And don't ever let Hollywood fool you to believe it's about something else. All of those... Bob Iger right now is trying to make more money, Daddy-o.
Yeah,
like all the rest of them. So that's the kind of irony of my point.
Yeah.
When I make the G to PG-13 or NC-17 comparison, if you really want to be in profit, where the hell is one person in Hollywood who's going to be the king of Hollywood to break all this down? I want to know.
Well, it's Disney to a certain degree, right? I mean, Disney dominates the G films as a whole, right?
They probably profit the most from G.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to figure out is...
But even a lot of their biggest films aren't G-rated films. Like, is Moana G-rated or is it PG?
G. Should be G. I'm going to guess. Maybe PG, but it doesn't... You're making the same point.
Moana is a PG-rated film.
Right.
What about Moana 2? Let's take a look.
Now, my question is, how did Moana become PG and not
PG
G?
as well. Yeah, PG
Why
as well.
Why is it PG?
I don't know. Maybe some of the themes are a little... mature? I mean, I love the film. Moana is one of my favorite Disney films ever.
I could joust Vlad right now. No, but I understand what you're saying. And listen, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, even
art
Frozen,
for art's
Frozen was
sake
PG.
is a great
Wicked
idea.
was PG, yeah.
Art for art's sake is a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, a vampire movie at Christmas, I think is designed...
Okay.
It seems to be they scheduled it differently, Vlad.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, he does make a good point that most of the money would come from G films, and that's not including toys, merch, and everything else. So yeah, it is pretty weird that it's not more G-rated movies. That's for everyone to watch, and it is all about the money. But I also do think it's some type of hidden meaning about some of these movies. A lot of these movies just come out now are very weird, and also it makes sense to have more G movies because there's more stuff you can have on like Disney Plus Kids and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely about movie, but there's also some weird art expression, quote unquote. We know what the real thing is. It's some type of, you know, trying to brainwash people. That's what I think. Because who makes a vampire movie on Christmas? And when was the last time we got a good Christmas music or Christmas movies in general? I don't know. Let me know in the comments because I don't really watch that stuff anyway, movies. That's it for all the videos I have today. I hope you had an excellent day. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to leave a like, a sub, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.